Hello, it's me again. I wanted to take today to tell you why I wanted to do what we did in developing a new thermal barrier system. There was a need in our industry, I felt. There was so much emphasis put on glass performance in 2014 when I started this, that I felt that the performance or the effects of the frame on the glass performance was being ignored. There were many times I would read a specification and the center of glass value is what was being specified for the assembly value in the window specification or curtain wall specification. And see, I knew that was wrong. Over my 30 plus years, I realized that the framing system itself is extremely important to the performance of the wall, not only for air, water, structural, and those things, but it was also extremely important for thermal performance. It has a detrimental effect. So what I did was, I realized that, for instance, we take a piece of 1-inch insulated glass, might have a center of glass value of 0.29. And we put that into a thermally improved system. And then we do another test or another simulation. And we find that the overall assembly might be as high, the U factor as high as 0.43. Well, this is a 50% reduction in performance because of the frame. And this is extremely important. And that's why I wanted to develop a new thermal barrier system. I wanted a universal product, if you will, that could be used in curtain walls and fixed windows and eventually into operable windows that would update or replace the current thermal systems that we have, such as port and bridge, strut systems. I felt that our industry needed to step its game up because, it took 5 decades to go from U factors of maybe 0.5 to 0.38. That's not a very good improvement in my opinion. And we certainly could do much better. So that's why I wanted to design the new system. Secondly, I see the effects of climate change today. I'm not an environmentalist. I've never been what you would consider a tree hugger, but I am a realist. And, just recently we had tornado warnings in Wisconsin in December when there was a foot of snow on the ground. That's not usual. And in December, the Midwest and the South went through some horrendous, storms, tornadoes that were very destructive. And these storms are getting worse, and they're coming at different times of the year than they should usually come. So I felt over my 60 years of being here that I've contributed to that. And I wanted to give something back. I have a granddaughter that I care a great deal about, and I care about her future. And I wanted to do something that could maybe change the direction of climate change. You see, buildings are a huge contributor to the greenhouse gas. Basically, 40% of the energy produced in the country goes to heat and cool buildings. Of that, we have over, maybe 40% of that goes out, literally out the window. So if we can save some of that energy and bring it and not let it go out the window, we're saving building owners money. That's important because there needs to be a return on the investment that the owner's doing on his building. Secondly, not only that, but we can stop or reduce the amount of greenhouse gas that's being emitted from the buildings themselves and help designers get to the 2030 challenge or the 2050 challenge or whatever challenge they may have. In my opinion, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the pack. But to me, it makes sense that if you can conserve the energy within your building, it takes less energy to heat and cool it. You should be better off with energy savings, and reducing the amount of energy to heat and cool your building should be a sustainable idea. That's just me. But again, this is the only thing I know that I could do to help bring back or change climate change. So with all that being said, the reason why I did this was I wanted to make an impact in the industry. I wanted to create a return on investment for building owners, and I wanted to help somehow affect climate change. I wanted to help try to reverse that. So that's my why. Next time, let's talk about the how. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.